Hello, my name's Julian, and welcome to The Secret Mind. This is the second piece of my Love Isn't cards, which I started telling you about a while back, and I need to update you. Due to the spectacular dearth of interest, means I'm not doing my job well enough. Love Isn't cards. Remember, this is a set of cards I created over about 4 years um, and built them into a product. Built the idea into a product, made 52 of these cartoons, got someone to illustrate them because I can't draw, and I created the captions and directed the illustrator how to, what sort of picture to come up with. And some of the illustrators online need quite specific guidelines. If you try to give them a bit more free rein and say, go with it and express themselves, that is beyond their remit. They don't it's probably too easy to displease the customer or the person that, from my point of view, collaborator, to do it. So when you're ordering something like this or requesting it, then you've got to try and be as specific as you possibly can, because I imagine a lot of people will complain and ask for revisions, and the response will be, well, you never asked for that in the first place. So there is a complex negotiation to that. So let me just put that phone on silent. This is the back of the deck. Remember, this is the ambigram. I'm waving the mouse over the thing, but I'm not sure this software records the mouse going around the center of this circle in the middle of the card, which reads "Love Solves." And is an ambigram, so it's the same backwards, which is why you can put it in this circular thing in the center of the card. But the Love Isn't deck, I've got one here. Here it is. Yes, I reversed the mirror on last time I filmed this in order that would come out correctly, and clearly I haven't done this time. That says Love Isn't an Illustrated Mystery. Because that's what the cards are. Within the cards is trapped not just the ambigram on the back, but a further puzzle for anybody who wants to try to find it. And it will lead to a solution and ultimately a prize. So that's why the deck is a mystery deck. And what's that you say? Is it giftable? Let's see. Does that look giftable? Come on. And for any of those any people in doubt, this is a photograph of it by a gate. So it's pretty versatile. I think that's the point of that. You can photograph it literally just about anywhere. And these are some of the cards, and a little card inside with the Love Isn't website name on it, and an Instagram account that I probably need to activate. This is the key card, the clue card, which is the one that directs you to the mystery within the cards. I'm not going to read it out, but there it is. If mystery solvers might have an idea of where to start looking in the cards for their solution to the mystery, which is, as at time of writing, on the 26th of January 2023, unsolved. So get your skates on. I want to take you through some cards. This was an illustrator I worked with from Spain who did quite a few for me, because I just loved his style, this big chunky style, just very amusing cards. And that's just a fairly simple pun. Love isn't square. So remember, the love isn't ... runs through all the cards, just like the old Love Is cartoons of many decades ago. And then the idea is to add on something at the end, and you can add on just about anything and justify it in an illustration and have a bit of fun with it, or a little moment of melancholy or thoughtfulness, and it's a bit of fun. So how do you translate Love Isn't Square? I thought, well, nerdy mathematicians talking about squares, mathematical squares, and the pun of square also being a comment on nerdiness, isn't it? So I think Some of us will have been accused at school of being square. You know, is this square? I ask you, those guys. This is one of the first ones that were ever done. Love isn't need, and just a very, very obvious pun on kneading bread. Obviously in English, kneading bread, Knead, and love isn't need, and then somebody looking onwards in longing at the groping bread maker, as it turns out. But there you go. But a very, very, very straightforward, simple cartoon, which I really like. Some are simpler than others. Some are very deep. But there we go. Love isn't need. Love isn't a slam dunk. So yeah, it's just an illustration of a very sweaty basketball player trying to impress somebody on the front row, and a basketball metaphor. So beautifully illustrated. Just fabulous job. Did just made all the cartoons he did a lot of fun. This is a different illustrator and a much different style and concept. It's I think I'll have gone through quite a few designs for this one, and I think we redrew it a couple of times, but it's really beautifully done, and with the other people grayed out like an episode of Black Mirror, and those beautiful sort of squares in the train leaving as it sets away, and somebody just left there on their own after saying goodbye to their girlfriend stroke partner stroke whatever they are nowadays. So yeah, really lovely one, that. Melancholy. It's not going to give you a chuckle, that one, but it's very nice one. It's another element of isolation to it as well. Love isn't all roses, it says. Done by a Russian artist, this. And the remit was a daffodil amongst roses, just one single daffodil. And there it is, plain as day. That's exactly what I got. And it's just the difference in styles means you can look deeper into it. And it's a very obvious. I'm not claiming it's an opaque metaphor or that it's difficult or challenging, but that was just the way to interpret that one. Just do what it says on the tin. If it's not roses, what is it? You could have put anything in there, but surely another flower must be the most apt. Wouldn't you agree? No. Here we are. It's cheaper to get these things illustrated in black and white, by the way, in colour. So love isn't cheap. And the great loophole, if you ever took the severe decision to offer flowers to a member of the or even the same sex, depending on who you offer flowers to nowadays, is you don't have to buy 12 roses. You don't have to buy a dozen roses. You can just buy one, because they're both romantic gestures, aren't they? So, just what's more romantic, a dozen roses or one rose? All I'm saying is one rose could get you off the hook. Just saying. Anyway, that's what he does. Can't quite see the text on there because I've chosen to put the photographs on here just by removing the background from photographs and not show the images. Maybe next time I'll actually show the original file of the images. I couldn't track them down, and honestly, they're on a different drive. But yeah, nice little, just a kind of little jokey one, really. And then we've got now then, fellas, what about those ladies taking time to get ready? Hey, so this is cutting edge comment here we're making. Cutting edge. Love isn't always on time. So there's a picture. It makes me. It's just a great illustration. He's waiting for the missus to get ready. She's doodling away with the pencils in the mirror. He's got steam coming out of his nose. It looks like he's about to blow a gasket. It's literally biting with his fingernails into the concrete. Just brilliantly illustrated. I mean, I've seen it before and it makes me laugh. But while I do think that it's terrible that we should even be making jokes about the cliches that women take time to get ready, and I just should say I'm very ashamed of that. Right. You know who you are. Love isn't containable. So this was, I quite like this illustration. Now, when we worked on it originally, I didn't care for it very much. And yet it will be my remit that will have led to it. Now I think it's rather lovely. A nuclear explosion coming out. Love isn't containable. I really like it. I think originally we did it in black and white. So sometimes you've got approval on the black and whites, and then before colouring, the artist might say to you, "Is this okay? Is this what you were aiming for?" But in the end, I think a good job was done. So either we got there in the end, or I think we made several rewrites on it though. So sometimes it can be a bit of a negotiation. Maybe somebody thinks, "Oh, I delivered perfectly," and yet they're not happy. Generally, I accepted, drawings if they were close enough to what the image was. And sometimes you get something where somebody just hasn't bothered at all. So you end up tracking down artists that you can trust and work with again. And so, yeah, I do rather like that one there. It's fun, and it says a single message well, I think. And this is, love isn't a race to the finish. Just two people doing a 5 mile, a 13 mile, a 26 mile. We don't know. It's not specified. They just drop out of the race and take the time to breathe the air and look at the view. Love isn't a race to the finish. You don't always have to race. Hey, this has got good, hard truth written within it, as well as being highly giftable entertainment. And a lot of people connect with one card, I think, rather than another. This is for the runner in your life. Come on. I've already done that one. You see, that's poor planning. And love isn't a slam dunk. Have we done that one? That's a basket. Have we done that one? Have I just messed up my... Yeah, don't worry about this. I mean, we're not looking for perfection here today. Yeah, that was just a fun one about the basketball. So, that is the Love Isn't mystery deck of cards. Highly giftable. What's that you say? Is Valentine's Day around the corner? Yes, it is. Where should you go? Well, have you heard of the World Wide Web? Why don't you punch in loveisn't.com, see what comes up, or leave a comment below this video and tell me what you think is a good Love Isn't cartoon to do. I might start the engine up and illustrate it. Just talking about it there makes me want to do a few more. They did take a bit of time to do, surprisingly. It's but they are fun. So there we go. So that is today's little entry, just to remind you of one of the things I've been up to. And for now, ta-ta, and I'll see you tomorrow.